Welcome back to more Berserk. This is volume 7, Casca chapter 3. And we have a new volume cover, which is really amazing. I really like Casca on here. I grew to like Casca a lot since the last two chapters, giving her an amazing backstory and seeing her struggle so far a little bit. I think we're gonna see more in the future, but really opens up really good character development for her as well. And I do think Katz's and Casca's relationship is gonna go even further. It started very shaky, as we know with Griffith and Casca's disdain from Guts, but I feel like that disdain is going away slowly but surely, and I am enjoying every second of it, so let's jump into it. If you do want to check out these reactions early and full length, you can at Patreon, there's a link down below, and also early on YouTube memberships as well. Anyway, let's check it out. That's cool. I really like this cover. We haven't seen Guts use a shield, by the way. And Guts is a shield in this. Have you seen Guts use shield? I don't think so, right? Let me think. No, this is a volume cover, so these are not always canon. But I think their character design is always canon. So, for example, Casca actually does look like this if it was colored, which is really cool. I'm still waiting to see how Guts will lose his arm. Yep. Volume 7. Awesome. Gonna skip this. Gonna skip the table of contents because it is spoilery. For me, I don't want to see the titles because it might have something like, some like chapter titles are really spoilery. I don't think in Berserk it has been that much, but for example, if a chapter title is like reunion, then that means two characters are gonna meet again, and then you can make your own assumptions. And you can see it like earlier. Anyway, everything changed that day. How I lived everything from a life I conditionally endured to a life of fighting to succeed. Casca. The paltry dining table by the fire with my family around became a glorious battlefield adjoined by death and blood. Ooh. That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna get more backstory. Let's go. Also, yeah, we know why she cut her hair as well. I think it's easier in battle to have short hair, even though Guts has long hair. Griffith has long hair, but it's just his aesthetic, But I feel like Casca wants to look more like a boy as well. So maybe, that thing with that noble maybe happens less, but now she can defend herself really good. So it will probably never happen. Since that day, the day I met Griffith, even now I feel it's been a long dream. Back then, I idolized Griffith. He was like some prophet or saint. Yeah, because he saved you, right? In effect, he was to us. That's what he was to us. We were a ragtag band of commoners with no backing. Yeah, even victorious on the battlefield, fighting like some miracle. And most importantly, leading us was a young man who could still be called a boy in his innocence, when in reality he wasn't a noble or a knight even, but a commoner like the rest of us. A miracle. Yes, in my eyes, that's exactly what Griffith was. Oh my god, I really like that. After a while, I somehow carved out a life as a soldier. At that time, the Hawks became involved in a certain lord's dispute. Okay. He was said to be a man of fame, a wealthy man, intimately involved in sovereign affairs. But the worst rumors about him didn't involve his assets, rather his sordid tastes. Yikes! Why do these people exist? It makes me so angry, bro! I can already know what it's gonna happen here. As a tendency will employ children from neighboring villages, nearly all boys who met his tastes. Oh my god! In truth, they were imprisoned within his castle as pleasures. I don't like this. This man deserves the biggest depths of hell. Wow. I hope he's dead and rotting in hell forever, dude. They will be at his sides, children with eyes vacant, all but fear. I guess these days that's not such a strange sight. But to be honest, it's sending us chill down my spine right now. A heart-rending sense of fear and disgust. I had almost become like that once. Yep, exactly. Thank God you didn't. So we were like, they were. I hate this, man. We were his. Like, the Band of the Hawk was his client. Jeez. But just like that time, by putting his hand on my shoulder, just from that, I mysteriously stopped trembling. Afterwards, following several scrimmages. No! He was a boy who had joined the Band of the Hawk half a year before, then was trained to be a soldier. He was about 10 years old and don't even know his name. He didn't really stand out enough to be noticed. There was no one to recognize the remains of this nameless soldier in training among the countless fallen. There's no one but Griffith. Oh my god, I got so many chills right now. Holy. Wow. I can't. Oh my god. Griffith. What's that? The boy's belongings. It was a dawning night, scuffed, dirty, and missing a leg. Griffith? A toy on the battlefield. Gosh, man. I remember him well. He'd gaze me as if I were the hero of some story. I wonder if he was happy, dreaming. Did he die enchanted by his dream? Or was death the end of the dream? Was it despair? Maybe my dream is what killed this. Don't say that. This is what killed this boy. I couldn't find the words to speak. I never seen Griffith like that before. Never so somber. But ever since then, I started viewing Griffith differently. Then one evening, upon returning to the castle, Griffith? I've never gasped like that in my life. He's doing it to climb the ladder, man. There's no way he's doing that to climb the ladder, right? What the Wow. Hey, you're kidding, right? You mean Minister Ball of Bride? Come down that morning. I couldn't sleep and was wandering along the river near the castle. This is heavy, dude. Why not join me? It feels nice. And she was embarrassed and turned away. Okay, I mean, I would be embarrassed too. Like, that's a very interesting request. Am I dirty? No. Kinda looks like Griffith really hates what he did there with that guy. Like he's saying, like, am I like dirty to you? Am I? Why? Why were you with him before? I mean, it's part of like Griffith climbing the ladder of his ambitions, basically. I think. You're right. My mistake, huh? Last night, the work console or something. So no. I mean that Casca is copium. Like Casca is like, oh, probably I misunderstood, but like Griffith is telling her outright that it wasn't a misunderstanding and stuff. That's really interesting. It's kind of like Griffith wanted someone to see him being with that man, so he can like talk about it and feel better about himself, maybe. Really have to get into Griffith's head, Interesting. You're not mistaken. Why? Why would you, with someone like him? It's it's not that Griffith wants. It's he needs to climb the ladder. Money, yeah. Huh? An army consumes so much money just being men, horses, equipment, provisions. Wait, has he done that all this time? I don't think this is a one-time thing. I mean, when the Band of the Hawk grows bigger and they become more famous, they're gonna charge more. So honestly, I don't think he's doing it still, right? And the Band of the Hawk will grow larger and larger. It has to. For the what we need fast amount of war funds. Any case, I seem to appeal to that old man. I was interested in his fortune. Our interest coincided. Yeah, but still, aren't we doing well enough now at this rate? If we can just keep winning, we'll eventually raise enough. It will take too long. Besides, with every battle fought, I lose more troops. Griffith, is this because of that boy? No, I thought about it logically. To go to battles 10 times and lose hundreds of soldiers, or to lose one old man, which is less the risk. Casca, listen. I don't feel at all responsible for my comrades who lost their lives under my command. I guess it's because it's them souls to fight, Griffith. That's just the way I am. Dude, I'm 100% sure this has been bothering Griffith for all this time, and he wanted someone to see him, and he wanted, like, to tell somebody, and Casca is the person he's doing that to. I guess it's a kinda his way of coping with things as well, like getting things off his chest. I think Griffith is a seriously complicated person, and I'm only saying it now because of him becoming a card hand. Remember, like before, like the time skip. I mean, in the flash forward. Don't know exactly what the word is for. I think it's the beginning of the manga is the flash forward, right? Anyway. But if for the sake of the dead, if there's something I can do, Griffith blood, that thing is to win. Oh my god, brother. I'll keep winning to fulfill my dream, to which they clung, putting their lives on the line. Griffith, stop it. Oh my god, Griffith, actually stop, man. One dream can only be realized by building up to your corpses. It's a blood-smeared dream after all. Stop, I have neither regret nor remorse about that, but for hundreds of thousands of lives, to hang in the balance and myself allowed to be unclean. But I won't enter my crab so easily as... Oh my god, Griffith. Ooh. In this sense, Casca is gonna make him snap out of it, right? Stop it. Just stop. Both arms, by the way. Also, do you feel like he had like a manic episode? It's nothing. Just smiles. I'm alright. The Griffith who turned out around to put his hand on my shoulder was the same Griffith as ever once more. Just then, that filled me with sadness. Griffith persists in trying to realize a kind of dream that most people abandoned long ago as childish yearning. But the dream he's hatching is so genuine and extraordinary that the burden must be measurable. A strong person, it's simple just to sum it up with those words, but I think that someone who wants to accomplish something grand endures that much more than other people. It's not that he's strong, Griffith. He has to make himself strong. Oh my god. This is a really heavy chapter so far. I mean, we're learning so much about Griffith, but I want to just mention something. It's kind of interesting how back then he was sleeping with old men. He doesn't have to like sacrifice a lot of lives in battle, but now he's like raising up a princess and maybe marrying a princess if everything goes alright for him, right? So, like, he has climbed the ladder insanely fast. I think they are like, I want to say Griffith is like maybe 20 years old, Guts and Casca 19, 18. I want to say, because remember when Casca was 12, Griffith was already like a commander, and maybe he was like 15, 16 there, I don't know. But this is like Casca opening up about not only her past to Guts, but also giving Guts more insight about what person Griffith is, which is really interesting. And this is coming from Casca, not Griffith. You know, I want to be by his side if he's going to sacrifice everything for his dream. If his dream is to fight and cut away his own path, then I want to be his sword. Wow. Amazing chapter, by the way. Oh my gosh. Let's freaking go. Oh, I can't believe people like this exist. I mean, yeah, they do. It's just like if they are dead now, I hope they are in the pits of hell. This is an awesome cover, by the way. Anyway, let's go down. Skipping this. Anyway. Like I was saying earlier, and I want to say this again. If I didn't know what Griffith would become in the future, which is just like bothering me so much, I would say that Griffith is a really nice and caring person for his Band of the Hawk. But now that I know that he's gonna fucking sacrifice Guts, I don't know, like, he's a very complicated person. Maybe he just goes insane and his ambition takes control, but even though we already saw him going a little bit insane, not insane, I don't want to say that he was insane here, but he had like a manic episode where he was just getting everything off his chest. Like, for example, I'll be winning to fulfill my dream to which they clung, putting their lives on the line. Griffith, stop. You can already see it happening here. But hundreds of friends hanging in my silence myself on not being clean. That's what I want. Won't enter my grasp so easily than that. I do feel like he's a really manipulative person as well, honestly. Casca seems happy talking about him as well. Like, because Casca's purpose in life is to be his sword. Because Griffith saved Casca from, you know, what, right? So, and gave her life a meaning as well. And that's how I feel like Guts is gonna feel like, because Guts literally had nothing. Anyway, I think I'll keep this into one chapter reaction because it was really heavy and, you know, this... it's not an arc. What do you call this? Like, Casca chapter 1, 2, and 3, like... Not an arc, but storyline? I don't know. But yeah, I will do another 3 chapters in the future, in a few chapters, but right now, yeah, I keep this at 1. And if you want to check out the next chapter right now, you're going to Patreon and see you very soon. Thank you for watching. It was an amazing chapter, by the way. Bye-bye.